Hi guys, welcome to the new video. If you are new, of course, subscribe, I upload every day video. I just finished watching Lord of the Rings, The Rings of Power, Season 1, Episode 3, and I want to share my thoughts of what I think about the episode. So without spoilers, I think it was pretty good, but it was a little bit boring at the same time, okay? The visuals, of course, beautiful. The dialogue is pretty nice, but I think the storytelling is a little bit like boring and it's very tropey in my opinion in this one. This is the weakest episode so far. I think the episode 1 and 2 was better than this one, okay? So, of course, the music, the visuals great, but the storytelling, I got some issues, okay? With this guy, I'm gonna jump into the spoiler section. Basically, the episode pick up. Yes, I'm gonna do quick recap like this elf guy, yes, who get kidnapped. Basically, he just, in the previous episode, yes, I'm gonna search for his fucking right here. This is this dude, right here. This elf with the short hair. Let's go. Basically, he's just dragging on with by the orcs, yes, and basically there are many prisoners, and the orcs just command to him like just dig a hole or whatever, yes, that kind of situation. And I'm gonna say the visuals looks great, but like I said, it's a little bit boring. I just watching this episode and I just, like, come on, just get to the action. It's pick up at the end, of course. We got the action scene, yes, with this elf too, but with this guy. But at the same time, it's whatever. So basically, cool lighting shots, of course, yes, with the orcs just hiding on those fucking clothes kind of colors, different kind of colors, because the sun just burning them or whatever. It's interesting idea and cool visuals, okay? So basically he's just in chains and he's digging whatever. They got couple of elves, and maybe I'm gonna say maybe his story first, yes, of the episode. So basically we got couple of characters, yes, we got another elf and another guy, and basically they planning to escape, yes, and the orcs just beating them up and whatever, just dig more whatever, and they just command to cut a tree. Yes, you watched the episode, and it was beautiful tree. The CGI looks great, but basically they just saying like, oh, you are, this tree is older than you, blah blah blah. This another character just say, yes, and I was thinking they're gonna kill them, yes, but the orc basically just bring the water, and I was thinking, where is the fucking catch? So they just drinking the water, and the orc just cut basically the throat of another dude, and it was like, oh, holy big kind of scene. But to be honest, we don't know those characters, so it's like it's pointless to me. It was a little bit like, yeah, I got some issue with that scene because I don't feel any connection with those characters die, like they basically killed, yes, because this orc just cut the throat of this dude, and we don't know this. We just saw him basically a couple of times, and it's like, oh, it's a big deal, and he just say, I'm gonna cut the tree, and he just cutting the tree, whatever. And basically they just planning how to escape, yes, and they are figure out like the orcs are scared of the sun or whatever. So at the end, of course, they just plan to escape, and it was cool action scene. We got another character of this elf guy, and it was cool actions, and they just fighting, with the chains, and he basically just destroyed this fucking cloth kind of roof, if that makes sense. You watched the episode, yes, it was cool. And they just released this kind of dog orc, yes, and the CGI of this dog looks great. I'm not gonna lie, it looks fake as fuck, but it looks good. Okay, so basically this dog orc just killing, yes, kills two people, and this kind of elf just get free, yes. They just try to destroy the chains, and this one elf guy just get from this fucking hole, yes. You watch the episode, and basically he got shot, yes, and this elf chat character, of course, they just capture him, and they were like, oh, don't kill him, we're gonna bring another character and he gonna basically face this dude or whatever, and episode ends. So I like this storytelling, like, okay, the orcs just using them to dig a hole or to dig some stuff, but at the same time we don't feel any connection to those characters like they kill off in this episode. They don't establish some connection. Okay, it was like, oh, this dude just, get his throat basically cut, and this dude just gets shot by the arrows, yes, and it was like, okay, I feel nothing. So in my opinion, they should be a little bit better, to establish some characters like they gonna kill off, but whatever, it is what it is. So I don't mind. And basically we got another storytelling with this Gabrielle, or whatever her name is, Gabrielle, I'm gonna call her. And this Gabrielle, basically she just wake up, and cool lighting stuff. If you watch this episode, you get it. The lighting from this fucking ship, yes, and she is under, basically, yes, on the ship, and this chat character. And to be honest, I have issues with this chat character. I know what they try to do with this guy, okay, this guy who gets arrested, yes, with Gabrielle, basically in the city, because they do an Aragon part 2, and I'm not big fan. Come on, we saw this. Of course, he's not gonna succeed, but we saw this, like, oh, I'm gonna unite the whole kingdom. I'm gonna find this guy right here. Not. This is Isildur, and we got, we just saw him in the first episode, and I'm assuming he's gonna cut off the finger of the fucking Sauron, but we just saw. I'm gonna show you. In this fucking ship, basically, Gabriel just wake up with this dude that I'm searching. And they were like, where are you, wherever. She just eating some stuff, yes. And she just and I'm gonna say it, the shots, like the ships just arrived, the city looks beautiful. The city looks amazing. Holy fuck. You must appreciate good CGI, come on, guys. This is Blender tutorial channel. We must appreciate some good CGI, and this looks great. Look at this cinematography. I like the design of those ships. Looks amazing. Look at those looks fucking cool. Like some kind of creature. So basically, the Gabriel just came to the on the ship, and who are you, whatever, and he's like, I'm gonna bring you to the town, blah blah blah. And she was like, okay. So they just came to the city. The city, amazing CGI. You must appreciate this, come on. Looks beautiful. This city looks beautiful. Don't tell me this city doesn't look beautiful. If you're gonna argue about this show, like you don't like something in the show, we can argue. But the CGI of the city looks great, and I am not big fan of this episode too, to be honest, because I think the previous episode was better. So basically, they just arrived to the city, and this Gabriel, the people just watching, like, oh, this is elf, whatever. So in the city, basically they don't like elves or whatever, yes. And we got this character, yes, he is basically just that of Isildur. And this is interesting. I'm gonna say it. It's also interesting to, give more characters, yes, in this show. Like, okay, this is the dad of Isildur. It's interesting, because we know Isildur gonna basically cut off the finger of Sauron. So, interesting stuff. And basically, oh, this character, Aragorn Part 2. I hate this storytelling. I hate, even if they gonna do the twist, like, yeah, he not gonna unite the whole kingdom. I hate this. Like, come on, give me something original. I was like, this is Aragorn Part 2. Don't give me this line. Because basically, later on the episode, I'm gonna jump in later a little bit, like, he is in prison and Gabriel, like, you are the king of the land, whatever, you must unite the whole kingdom. Come on, we saw this in Aragorn. So this is my issues. I hate this storytelling. Like, I hope they're gonna put some twist in this, because we saw this. Don't repeat the story of Aragorn. Come on, and he even looked like a little bit like Aragorn. It annoys me. Don't fucking do the same storytelling that was in The Lord of the Rings, because it annoys me. So basically, the Gabriel just arrived to the city, and we got this Cleopatra character. Or whatever her name is. And basically, the Gabriel just came, yes, and it's came out like the city, basically the elves just give people, yes, this city, and people just don't contact elves or whatever. You watch the episode. I don't know the story of the city. Basically, people don't like elves right now. They are not big fan of the elves because elves just give them a city, and it was like a little bit confused. So Gabriel just say like, I am commander of this land. I am Gabriel badass whatever, and give me a ship and I am done with this fucking city. And this is Cleopatra just say, I don't know her name. I'm gonna call her Cleopatra because she looks like Cleopatra. Basically, she just like, oh, we don't like elves. Elves don't give us nothing. I like a little bit complicated stuff. It's good, but I think it's not hidden enough. Like, yeah, this land correctly. I don't think so. Like, it's good to have some conflict. Okay, like, oh, not every city is peaceful and wanna to basically help. Yes, I like this, but I don't know, something feels a little bit off. So basically, this Gabriel just say, "Give me the ship" or whatever, blah blah blah, and she was like, "Guards, just imprison Gabriel." And this Aragorn Part Two, I'm gonna call him Aragorn Part fucking Two, cause it annoys me, and he's not Aragorn. Basically, just say, "Give us 3 days. We're gonna be in the city. We're not gonna cause trouble." And she was like, "Okay, just go wherever." So this is that kind of situation. And Gabrielle basically just have the dialogue, just escape. Yes, we got some stupid scene like she was jumping around on the windows and she just escaped basically. And she was like, I want to get out of this stupid city right here. Yes. And this dad of Isildur just saw her and basically, yes, we got some dialogue too, like this Cleopatra and dad of Isildur just give him a sword or whatever. I think he gonna be a spy of this Cleopatra or whatever. I don't know. It's a little bit complicated stuff. Yes, on this fucking. So basically, this Gabriel just have dialogue with this dad of Isildur. Yes, this papa of Isildur, and basically they just travel. And I'm gonna say it, the worst shot in this show so far. It was like Gabriel just riding a fucking horse. If you watched the episode, you saw her face. It was so fucking cringe. Like, what the fuck her face is? It was so fucking strange to zoom in on her face. I get it, she is happy, but it was the worst shot of this fucking show, in my opinion. It's good to be to create some memes, okay, with her face riding a horse. Because I'm gonna say the costume looks beautiful, the horse looks beautiful, but her face was like, we just it was very slow motion, and she was like laughing. It was like image, still image, but it was cringe. I'm gonna say it. So basically, she is just riding, and she just travel on some library or whatever. She just looking on some scrolls, blah blah blah, and this dad of Isildur just give her some sign of Sauron, whatever, and she just came out with this idea like, oh, this is the map of this Sauron, and that kind of situation, whatever. Some stupid stuff. And it came out like the owner of the city, basically, he loves elves or whatever. He is just a normal guy now because people don't like basically elves in the city. Some stupid shit. Yes, and basically, this guy Aragorn Part 2. I hate this! Come on, give me some twist! I hate, don't repeat Lord of the Rings, cause it annoys me. It annoys me. This story is annoys me with this fucking Westlife guy. Come on, Aragorn Part 2, shut the fuck up! Even if they gonna twist the story like he not gonna unite the kingdom, I get it. Give me something else. So basically, he just get in the fight. Yes, he just looking for a job, basically to do a sort or whatever. Yes, and he basically needs some kind of like, oh, without this stupid MacGuffin, you don't gonna work in the city. He was like, okay, he just drinking bar, and we got some bullies in the bar. I wasn't a big fan of this scene too. It was a little bit tropey. We get it, the bullies. So basically, he just give everyone drink. Yes, in this bar, and he just stole this MacGuffin, yes, this fucking, I don't know, some kind of medal, like, yeah, you belong to the city and you now can do some weapons or whatever, you can work in the city. So he just stole from the guy. Basically, he just beat up those bullies because bully just beat up him a little bit, and he just break the fucking arms, whatever, and he just get arrested. And I'm gonna say it right away. Basically, he is right here on the fucking prison. Aragorn Part 2. Westlife guy, come on! And basically, Gabriel just came to him and they just have dialogue like, hey, we know who you are. You are the fucking owner of the lands. You must unite the fucking kingdom. We saw this. This is the worst part in the episode, in my opinion. Come on, give me something original. I don't want to see Aragorn Part 2. And he even looks like Aragorn. Look at his fucking face. Come on, I was expecting a little bit more original stuff. Come on, we saw this. Maybe they gonna throw some twist of his story, like he not gonna unite the kingdom, he gonna die, whatever, blah blah. Okay, it's interesting, but at the same time, we saw this. So basically, Gabriel just say, travel with me to the land. You're gonna unite the whole kingdom, and I'm gonna redeem myself too. You watch the episode. It was like, come on. It was a little bit strange. And basically, we got seen with Isildur too. Like Isildur just came with his just sailing on the ships, and he basically just saved another dude, yes, because the ropes just, you watch the episode. I'm not gonna. Basically, he just came to the beach and it was stupid. Like the sea is the way or whatever. They just threw some stupid line like the sea is always right. That kind of situation, yes. And basically, he had some dialogue in the bar with his dad, like, hey, I don't want to work in the sea. And the dad was like, hey, you must go and work on the sea, okay, motherfucker. And we just saw, and I'm gonna say his sister is kind of hot a little bit. Of Isildur. If you watch the episode, you get it. Basically, his sister just came and just give him a fucking horse, whatever. This is Isildur right here, yes. He's just selling on the ships. So he's good seller, yes. I'm assuming they're gonna show like, okay, you defeat the and you just take the fucking ring or to power. Okay, I get it. So basically, I like they threw in his whole family. I like this. Seriously, it's a good idea to throw more kind of family member of his and flesh out a little bit his story. I like this stuff, but I feel it doesn't land as strong in the like in the previous episode, in my opinion. So basically, he's like, talking to the dad. I don't want to work on ships, whatever, just 8 days. And the dad was a little bit pissed off. He's like, no, you must work on the ships, whatever. And 8 days, you must go on the ship and basically do this fucking test to be Jack Sparrow. And basically, the daughter just have a letter like, oh, you just, get to this fucking guild. And because of Isildur, and Isildur just went away from this bar. It was a little bit stupid. So we got this kind of story, and it was 7 out of 10 in my opinion. It wasn't bad episode, but I think it doesn't land as strong as the previous episodes. I was expecting a bit more, and we got the Nori story, of course. Where's this fucking Frodo female? Right here. This is the dad, and I'm assuming the dad gonna die. You are so dead. So, of the Nori character, we got, and I'm gonna say, the costume of the fucking, of those hobbits, I know they are not calling hobbits, but I'm gonna call them hobbits. It was stupid in this episode. They just have some stupid, I don't know, trees in their fucking hair. It was, come on. It a little bit too much. I get it, this is her, their fucking, like, okay, they live in this area, and they just, take their homes and they just celebrating one day before they live in this area. I get it, but at the same time it was a little bit too much. So basically they just celebrating, and I'm gonna say this scene where this guy, yes, this chief, this black kind of halfling, yes, this black hobbit just say the names of the fucking dead hobbits. It was stupid. It was a little bit stupid. Come on. It was, come on. I feel no connection. Oh, and they just start crying like this Frodo friend, yes, this female Frodo friend, like she was crying a little bit, like, oh, this hobbit just died from the snow or whatever, and it was sad. I feel nothing. We don't see those characters. I feel nothing. I don't have any emotional connections to those characters. You get it? So I get it. This is their kind of like memorial stuff. Like, okay, we live in this area and we just leave behind those fucking hobbits, so we just gonna mention them. It's so stupid. But it was a little bit stupid. So basically, Gandalf, and I don't know if this is Gandalf. I'm gonna call him Gandalf, okay? Gandalf just sneak out, and I'm gonna say Nori just sneak out. Yes, the previous scene, and she just take the map of the stars, basically, and she was sitting and hearing those stupid like, oh, this hobbit died from this. Oh, we miss them so much. I feel nothing. So basically, Gandalf just sneak out and see the map, and basically it was stupid too. Gandalf just take this fucking map of the stars and just put in the fire and just starts the map just burned out. You watch the episode. It was so stupid. Come on, Gandalf, what are you doing? And I don't think he's Gandalf. So basically, the Hobbit just saw like it was funny scene a little bit like the Gandalf just came to this fucking houses and he just came out like some kind of monster, forest monster. It was a little bit funny the scene, but at the same time it was stupid too. So basically, the Gandalf just saw hobbits and he just called Nori, and everyone of hobbits just came. Nori, you lie, you stole, whatever, and they just you are banished. Yes, and this I like this chief of these halflings. Like, yeah, maybe she not gonna be banished, but she gonna travel and at the basically end of the caravan or whatever. It's okay, whatever. And basically, he's injured. He got injured leg, so it's good. Like the consequences of the actions are basically okay. He got injured. Fuck. He got injured leg, and basically they just travel at the back of the caravan. It's nice. It's nice. Like this came full circle. Like okay, we got some consequences of their actions. I like this. So basically, Gandalf, was like, "Oh, you are friend, Nori, you are friend, blah blah blah," and basically they just travel at the back of this fucking caravan, and they just struggle. And who just came? Gandalf. Gandalf just came on the back of this stuff, and he basically, okay, Nori just he gonna help us, and we gonna help him, and they were like, okay, and I'm assuming he just help them basically with those caravans, yes, just to travel and not stay behind. So I like this idea. I like these connections with Nori and this fucking wizard guy or whatever he is. I like this, but I don't know. This episode was a little bit boring. I like the action scene at the end with this elf, yes, and what those chants, but at the same time they killing those characters, yes, those elves, but I feel no connection to those. Okay, it will be nicer to kill some good characters if that makes sense to basically hit you in the heart. It doesn't hit me with the heart. Basically, they just killed them characters, and I was like, okay, they are forgettable. And I like the city, and I like a little bit of the politics. Like, okay, the city don't like elves. I hate this stuff with the Aragon Part 2. I hate this. He must unite his own kingdom. He is the king. He is the owner of the land. Shut the fuck up. We saw this in Aragorn. Ugh. Come on, come on, come on. Give me something original. I hope they're gonna put a twist on his story. I hope they're gonna put a fucking twist. Because I don't wanna see Aragorn Part 2, because this is boring. This is fucking boring storytelling, in my opinion. Because we saw this. Of course, they must put some twist, like he gonna maybe not succeed, he gonna die, or whatever. Because I don't wanna see Aragorn Part 2, he gonna unite his own kingdom or whatever, blah blah blah. I like this guy. He got some drama with his Isildur. I like this. We're gonna deep dive a little bit more to Isildur character, who gonna basically destroy the Sauron, it, and he gonna take the Ring of Power. I like this. Flesh out more of this storytelling. Give me some issues on the family. Why Isildur is it's gonna become this motherfucker who basically gonna keep the ring to himself. I like this. Flesh out the family more. I like the city and politics a little bit, but explain a little bit more. Okay, and this Cleopatra character, I feel nothing for her. But I like, okay, she is a little bit shady lady. So it wasn't bad, but it was a little bit boring. 7 out of 10. It was the worst episode so far, but it wasn't bad. It wasn't like 2 out of 10. Don't tell me this crap, okay? Because this is not the level of She-Hulk. I think the writing of the episode was a little bit weak. The storytelling, it was a little bit tropey with the bullies, yes, and Aragorn on the bar, and basically with the halflings too. Like, oh, we're gonna mention those halflings who not survive. I get it, this is their tradition, but it was a little bit boring. I feel nothing for those, and this Nori friend just crying, and I feel nothing. And with this elf, like this fighting scene, I like the dog, the orc dog. This is great CGI, but at the same time, it was a little bit like boring too. Like they killing those elves, yes, those prisoners, and it was like, okay, I feel nothing for those guys. So yeah, 7 out of 10. It was the worst so far, but it wasn't bad in my opinion. So yeah, thank you for watching, guys, and see you on the next video. If I forgot something for the episode, I'm gonna say the episode looks beautiful, of course. The music great too, but it was boring a little bit. Thank you. See you on the next video.